You got 1 hour to build your finest mash, and your 1 hour starts now. Good luck. Get with you, guys.
My name is Justin Harrison. I am 39 years old from sunny Southern California. I've been distilling for about 2 years. This was my COVID lockdown hobby.
Justin.
Hello, hello, good sir.
Bring me up to date on what you got going on. I see a lot of cracked corn in there.
Yep, it's a brown sugar bourbon using yellow corn, wheat, and some 6-row, and then a lot of brown sugar.
Tell me about your still. What are you going to do with that?
I've got a 20-gallon column still running straight into a shotgun Liebig style condenser to get as much flavor as possible out of this.
All right, guys, it looks like everybody's just stirring their mash barrel right now. Everybody done?
Yes, sir.
All right, gentlemen, step away from your barrels. Your 5-day fermentation time, you will not be sitting around waiting on that mash to finish. You're going to be building on your stills. You got 4 hours to build this still pot. When your still pot's complete, we'll judge them for craftsmanship and your design.
Looks like Justin's building a bigger steel.
What it looks like.
Do you happen to have those big, long clamps I could borrow from you? This still, it's a 20-gallon pot with a very long neck, no thumper, straight into a Liebig, which is like a smaller shotgun-style condenser. Every still design will actually change the output and the flavor. And so by me making my own stills, I have touched every aspect of how this flavor tastes, except for growing my own grains. That's next.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step away, kill your torches. You're done, man.
Good job, guys.
Ooh. California, this one's a little creative.
Yeah, it's unique. Yeah, it's
Different.
space-like.
Danger, Will Robinson,
Yeah,
danger,
yeah.
danger. This is kind of a built-in, like, reflux head.
It is, yeah.
It's a little rough around the edges as far as being assembled, but that don't hurt it.
Hell, I ain't perfect round, and I perform pretty good every once in a while.
I like it.
It's something new.
He has brought California to East Tennessee. Now, the criteria that I'm looking for on this judgment is design, craftsmanship, and creativity. Now, Justin, creativity is kind of off the chain a little bit, and I like that. That was part of your challenge. And it, too, will function. It'll function fine.
Justin, definitely something different, but it's not your first deal. We can see that. I think you did a good job.
You're going to have 4 hours to completely finish your steel to where it is functional and safe.
Remember, check your steel out. If there's a hole in it, you need to fill it, solder it, whatever, because we're going to test it. One of you is not going to be able to run it. Only 2 of you is going to be able to run it.
All right, guys, your 4 hours starts now. Good luck, man, and get with it. Here we go. Here we go.
Soldering stainless steel tri-clamps to copper is a real challenge and requires some pretty strong acids, and the fumes, they'll get you and you'll black out.
Now, your condenser, it looks to me like you're just going to have like 1/4 of an inch of water circulating outside of that. You think that's enough to keep that cool?
So out in California, we don't have much water. So I go through a higher flow, recirculate it through a chiller, water turbulence, and this is what I've always done. The judges are definitely looking at me strange. I have all these massive pieces of pipe which are used for water mains. And here I am cutting it up, assembling it, throwing pieces in pieces. They won't have any idea what it does until I put it together and I'm running it.
Now, this is certainly different.
This is a different animal. We watched this build, and it is insane. What have you found out in your test?
So as far as the steel goes, meeting the requirements, it's good. His craftsmanship is different, but he's not a full-time steel builder, so he has some issues with his cleanliness of his soldering.
But nice cape on it. And, you know, this head here is a little different than what we're used to seeing. He's going to get a lot of reflux from this.
It's Appalachian steampunk.
I want to see it operate so bad.
Justin, California guy, got to give you a hand for the creativity. I've seen some stills like this in the past, maybe not to this extreme, but you did a fine job also with the time constraints you had.
All right, guys, this is for all the marbles. This is where you take your individual mash and you bring us that spirit. You've got 4 hours. Your time starts now. Good luck, men, and get with it.
Ooh, smells good. How's it looking?
Oh, this is fine.
That's some pretty mash right there.
How's your mash looking, Justin?
Looks good. We just opened the barrels, and the mash is smelling great. There's some alcohol in it. You know, it couldn't run better.
Now look at that right there.
Yep, he's putting some vanilla bean in some mash. Looks like you're trying to roll a joint. You know, everybody talks about using caution with vanilla. Well, yeah, that's the concentrate, you know, the extract. With these beans, that vapor only brings out a little. I'd go over and help him if I could.
Now, that's the way you do it right there.
Yeah, that's the way to put it on.
I hope when he turns that water on, there ain't nothing drip out of there.
I've got my fingers crossed for him, and I've said a little prayer.
How you coming?
Should be coming out any second.
You know, typically I think of a Liebig condenser as the least efficient, but I don't think he's going to have any problem with efficiency on this one.
No, not
no.
with the cold water we got in the surface area he's got on hand.
Oh, there it is.
Man, that's a deal killer right there, boys.
It is dripping everywhere. Not just the sides, but it's dripping inside the condenser. So along with the alcohol, I'm getting water. So I've got to figure out some way to make this work with what I've got.
Oh, my God. Pressure's on now.
I think it's the end of the road for him.
I can get it. So I'm gonna have to flip it over, turn it around.
This is a train wreck for him.
Let me know anything I can do for you, partner.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Thank you for a second set of hands.
Ready?
Yep, you ready?
Yeah, I'm about as ready as I'm gonna get, son.
So I think what he's doing is he's turning it over because he thinks it's
Right there.
leaking at the top.
Water's going to come out this way, and echo's going to
Yeah.
come out here. Well, that's pretty neat.
And I hope it works.
Hey, you didn't have a quarter-inch either way to play there.
Oh, that's perfect.
I'll tell you something, I've never seen such determination.
He ain't got no quit in him. I wouldn't want to go against him if he had a whole lot of quit in him.
Yeah, there it is again.
I think he's still leaking on the inside as well.
So I'm noticing as I'm running that I was still getting water flowing from inside the condenser. Luckily, I built it huge, so I could, in theory, just chill the entire condenser, run the water as full blast on high, cut the water off, collect that jar, turn the water back on, rinse and repeat.
He has figured out a process. Heat it up, he gets his vapor over there, and when he's ready to condense it, he gets a little quick shot of the condenser in cold water, cuts it back off, collects his alcohol, cools it down, lets it run, cuts it back on.
Are you getting any flavor out of it?
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
And I managed to collect half a jar that actually smells pretty decent. I'm like, oh my God, this is working. This is gonna work.
Guys, I hope y'all enjoy these. We busted our ass to put these jars up here.
Yes, you did.
Enjoy it.
Both of you did. You really did.
So, at this point, we're going to take these jars, we're going to go out here, we're going to taste and deliberate. Once we find out what we need to know, we shall be back directly.
Hope you guys enjoy it.
Enjoy the drink.
Both of you. If he brought anything 80 proof or in that neighborhood, I'm satisfied with that.
You don't know till you taste it.
I'm getting vanilla notes just like it was a nice caramel aged barrel.
I'm very impressed.
He didn't pull a rabbit out of a hat, he pulled a kangaroo out
It's
of
a
a
little
hat.
fiery on the back end for me.
I'm getting a little bit up front. That's incredible. That's incredible.
It goes back to the fact that he had an outstanding mash, obviously.
Justin, you came in here with a very unique design on a still. You had challenges along the way. You ended up with a jar. It looked good, and it was a good liquor.
You built a beautiful mash bill. You know, I wouldn't have thought about that coming from a rookie off the West Coast. But the fact that you could bring that much flavor out of that mash, facing the opposition you did, I mean, that fought you like an enemy.
All right, guys. Now comes the sucky part of our job. The name of this show, as you guys know, is Master Distiller. So with that being said, Justin, you're the next Master Distiller.
Good job, brother.